ready for the reading today. And look what my cute little Pisces left me. I love my kiddos. Love you, Devin. Miss you. Hi guys, it's Annette with Self-Care Sunday, and every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for your week ahead. And we have such an eventful week. I think this is probably the biggest week of September. So this first week of September. So this is going to be August 31st through September 6th. So this is going to be also covering the Labor Day weekend in the US. We have a lot going on. So all week long, we have a Grand Earth Trine. In fact, we have this Grand Earth Trine until the 11th of September. And I just kind of want to talk a little bit about what's going on with this Grand Earth Trine, because it is a very mutable, confusing week, to say the least. There's a dualistic feel to this week. And so some of you may have a wonderful week, and some of you may have one of the worst weeks that you've had yet. And that is because it's going to get really, really deep into the subconscious mind. It's going to dive really, really deep into that realm where we really explore where our biggest obstacles lie, and usually that is in a suppressed state in the subconscious. The kicker is that this is going to be the subconscious mind that is Pisces energy, which is 12th house energy, kind of karma, it's cumulative energy, versus the consciousness, complete consciousness of Aries energy, which is the first house, which is the sense of self. So we have this selfless energy, this compassionate energy, this empathetic energy, with this very self-oriented, selfish, self-focused energy as well. So it's quite confusing. It really is. It's very, very confusing because of the duplicity of it all. And so I'm going to try to keep this short, but this is such an intense week. There is so much to cover that I'm going to try my hardest to summarize in a specific time frame. Okay, so I had to clear up my throat. So on September 1st, we have a harvest moon. We have a full moon in Pisces, which is going to be conjunct Neptune and Pisces. And Neptune is Pisces ruler. And so I just want to cover this full moon, because this full moon can make you in the feels. Anytime we get into a full moon in Pisces, we really, really have almost a vulnerability in our emotions. We are very, very conscious of those deep emotions, and it only happens once a year, thank goodness, to this degree. So once we pass this energy, we can move forward with more of a self-oriented, kind of a self-focused type of control. Self-control comes into play a little bit more when we enter into, kind of Aries energy versus this really intense full moon in Pisces. So I want to talk a little bit about polarity, because the best way to control this type of energy is to understand it. So we have this big Earth Trine in Virgo energy, which is the polarity of Pisces energy. So Virgo energy is very sensitive, but it's also grounded in reality. You've got Pisces energy not grounded in reality. It doesn't want to be in reality. It needs to be in the ether, elevated above the material realm, and Virgo energy is the material realm. The balance between the two is being very conscious, but at times checking out and being dreamy about your reality. Not being so submerged in your reality that you don't think that you can change your reality. Well, in Pisces energy, you can change it. But in Virgo energy, you're looking at your reality and you're dealing 100% with your reality. And so that is such a dichotomy if you think about it. I mean, that's a little bit, so like, for instance, if Pisces energy gets way too submerged in their reality, their world becomes too realistic, they decline mentally. And then they need to escape from their reality. They do lots of self-destructive things to get them into a much more elevated place, because reality is too deep for them. Sometimes it's too intense. It's too hardcore. So I want to talk a little bit about that, because this full moon, so let's talk about the positives. This full moon is in a beautiful sextile with this Earth trine, which is so fantastic in Uranus and Taurus. So as long as things are slow to emerge, I think you're going to be in the sextile. You're going to be like, even if chaos happens, or even if things happen, even if big changes happen, as long as they happen in a more slow, progressive movement, you're going to be in this beautiful sextile and you're going to be enjoying this Earth trine. So slowing your energy down, tapering it back, not subjecting yourself to massive amounts of reality, but to partial doses of reality is going to get you connected with this Earth trine, and then you can keep your sensitivities down to what's going to be going on. We have a beautiful, so Jupiter is in a sextile with Neptune. Both of these are rulers of Pisces. So you've got to think big. You've got to think expansive. You've got to dream a big dream. Like, you've got to, it can't be based in reality. It has to be based in something that you envision. Visions are very common in energy like this. Dreams are so insightful. For some of you, dreams will show you the way. They will bring upon ideas that will help you solidify your future, help you move forward. And from a very past-based mindset, so a place where you felt very controlled and you didn't have a lot of power in, you can actually, through dreams, find the way to get control over your own life. This is, I never endorse drugs, but this would be one of those times where checking out like a little bit is what a lot of people are going to do. A lot of people are going to be very prone to being on drugs. Escapism is going to be huge this full moon, because anytime we get a culmination, a full moon in Pisces, it's a culmination, it's an ending, it's a karmic conclusion. When we get into a full moon like this, we get very psychic, connected psychically. We get very compassionate, empathetic. We're very in tune with our subconscious. So if things start to bubble up from our subconscious that create pain or create some sort of unhappiness emotionally, that can come up during a full moon like this, because it's a conclusion, it's an ending, it's a time of suffering for some. It's a long cycle of suffering. For some of you, it could have been all year. For some of you, it could have been a portion of the year. For some of you, it could have been a realization for that year. For some of you, it could have been, a very hardcore mental journey for that year. Mental energy plays big when we get into a full moon in Pisces. And so this is a very, very intense time, because this has to deal with that sweet spot, that Achilles heel in our life, that wound that that never really heals, because the full moon in Pisces, has this very intense aspect to it. So Jupiter right now, which is the other ruler of Pisces, it is in a square with Chiron and Aries. So that is that wound that just simply keeps coming up, that fear, that sweet spot, that emotional sensitivity, that fear-based response that is a threat to your ego or a threat to your sense of identity, that comes up in energy like this. And it's very intense. So you want to remain, like the best energy to tune into at the beginning of the week is this Earth Trine. So you want to get grounded. You want to surround yourself with like earthly sounds right before bed, before you start to dream or you start to go into that dream state. What you might want to do is put on some like nature sounds that will connect you before you slip into your unconscious mind in your dreams. It will help you stay grounded and walk in the path of a grounded mindset in that subconscious. And that keeps you very attached to reality instead of this this intense. There's a pain that comes with every Pisces I know. I have loved a lot of Pisces in my life. I have a lot of significant Pisces in my life. Every one of them suffers along with humanity. So if humanity is suffering through something, they're suffering. It's very hard for them to be detached from the suffering and the plight and the worries and the anxiety of others. So it's a beautiful time if you are in that grounded state, if you are working to try to balance out this polarity, not be so Piscean, be somewhere between Pisces and Virgo energy, half in reality, half in fantasy and dream state or a creative state. If you're somewhere in the middle, you are going to float through this energy, and it's going to be stunning energy, because we have that Earth Trine, which makes it incredibly possible for you to manifest everything you want in this physical reality. All this week, we are going to be building to one day. That is going to be September 6th. Okay, so September 3rd. We go from September 1st with this full moon in Pisces, right? Then we go to September 3rd. We have a very intense, critically oriented energy. Now, anytime we go through a week that is very Piscean, you are going to be diving into realms that is uncomfortable or very emotionally driven. And if you are not comfortable with being emotionally driven, you're going to hate this week. You're going to hate it because it's going to make you feel very emotionally vulnerable and emotionally, you're just going to feel in the feels. And for some of you who know how to manage the feels and can manage emotional power within you, this will be a very empowering week. For some of you that when you become subjected to your emotions, if you decline, this will be a very, very, very hard week for you. So Saturn, September 3rd, Saturn, Capricorn, in an exact quincunx with the North Node in Gemini. What does that mean? Well, you've got Saturn and Capricorn. Capricorn is very fixated energy. It's very goal-driven energy. So there has been a karmic energy that you've been working on, whether that be somebody has been taking away your power your entire life and you're restoring power in that part of your life, or you are trying to overpower others and it is a past-based goal of yours to meet this goal, okay? In a quincunx, one of the most uncomfortable energies, I think, in all of astrology, in this North Node in Gemini, Gemini energy being mutable energy. So the North Node points you north in life, right? Keeps you going in the right direction. But in this energy, you have this very fixated energy, quincunxing this mutable energy, this very dualistic energy. So it's going to be, you're going to want to get to the facts. You're going to want to get control of something that is not within your control because there's a duplicity to it, or there are two sides to the story, or, there's a conversation going on. Maybe you don't know all the facts. Maybe there is more information. There's going to be a lot of information that comes out on September 3rd. Then we have energy that is coming up on the September 5th. Whew. Mercury moves into Libra. Now, Mercury in Libra is nothing to be effed with. This is your mind and how you react to your day-to-day environment, right? It's in Libra, though. Critical conversations are all going to be had. There is going to be a lot of energy going on in relationship, partnerships, bonds, and unions. There's going to be those talks. We need to talk. That's going to be on the table this week. But this has a lot to do with home and family as well. So if some of you are coming to trying to come to an agreement, maybe some of you are talking through some very, very intense relationship issues. Damn if this is not the week to do that. I would not recommend, for the love of God, to do this in this week. This is a week for you guys to be there for each other. This is not the week to have those deep heart-to-hearts where we need to talk. Don't do those. Because, I mean, egos are going to come into play. And it's going to be one side versus the other side. And I don't think that there's a lot of meeting in the middle in this type of energy. Just some helpful advice. You do you. I mean, the September 6th day of the week, excuse me. Well, Venus moves into Leo. I'm going to talk about positive energy. It is in a sextile with Mercury in Libra in a critical degree, right? In 0 degrees. What? We have Venus in a sextile with Mercury. We've got Leo energy and Libra energy. So this is all about love. It's all about relationship, partnerships, bonds, and unions. It's all about knowing what you want from that. It's about aligning completely. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about wanting to seek a partner that balances you out, that's yin and yang and black and white, and really aligns with what your soul wants, you know? And it's very intense. But there is a pretty intense opposition going on with Saturn and Capricorn. So if people are trying to take away your power, you're a Leo, you're feisty in your love life. You're feisty in what you want to attract. You're feisty in your money. So if people try to F with any of those things, those are things that you feel take away your power. You are going to fight with a venomous fire. Like you are going to get fired up at the drop of the hat. So facing relationship-based things, yike! I don't know. Like, I love you guys, but damn, like this is going to be a week. So Venus, which is in Leo, is going to be squaring off with the moon in Aries, which is in its 29th degree. So it's going to run right over to, they're going to just meet each other, and there's going to be a freaking serious conversation. And then squaring with Mars in Aries, which is in 28 degrees. These are critical degrees. So anytime, again, you get into critical degrees, you are having a very, very, very intense energy about egos. So you got Leo ego, you got Aries ego. You're not going to meet in the middle. You're not going to meet in the middle in a conversation unless there is a mutual understanding and a wanting to work through and find the middle ground and looking at the black and white and saying and meeting, being reasonable and having a not an emotional based or a fire based conversation, but more of an air based, where there's like a mutual respect, where you sit down and you value somebody enough to listen to their side of the story. I'm feeling like that's not going to be happening with a lot of people. It's going to be ego versus ego. It's going to be getting all fired up, and it's going to be a very, very explosive conversation. What I'm really worried about is Mercury in Libra and this quincunx in this critical degrees. Remember, Mercury in Libra is in 0 degree, critical degree. Then we've got the moon in Aries. We've got Mars in Aries in a quincunx, both of those in critical degrees. So guys, it's going to go down. It's going to go down hard. It's going to be an intense conversation. It's going to be very much, let's fight about the facts. I've got the facts. And you can't, this is going to be one of those things where if you're just lost in ego, somebody's going to come to you and check your ego with facts. End of story. You can't fight facts. And that's when Libras are so venomous when they finally get mad. They're all known for being all Libra and balanced and sweet and submissive, and they try to people please, and they do. No, F with a Libra. F with a Libra, and they will annihilate your soul with their words. Their words are so sharp and to the point, and they're so decisive. They're not going to care about your feelings. They're going to talk about the facts, and they're going to just slice you with these facts. So this is what's going to go down this week. Pretty intense week. Things I want to hone you in on is the fact that love is in the air. Love is in the air. Heart is in the air. Creation is in the air. You can get very fired up and inspired by the just sheer creative power of this week. If you are in a creative mode and mood, this is going to be one of those weeks where you're going to be inspired by just the whole entire week. It's going to be lovely. For some of you who are fighting for power and ego, and you want to be recognized for what a big, never mind, then then dude, this ain't the week for you. You're going to meet your match. You are going to be called to the table. There's a day of reckoning in this week. This week will be a brutal week. You will move forward with a consequence because Saturn is involved and cranky. Cranky, cranky, cranky. You don't want to mess with a cranky Saturn because Saturn doesn't care who you are, doesn't care how powerful you are, doesn't care how big you are, doesn't care anything because it's bigger. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And I am going to be back with the pick of cards for the entire week. I hope you have a lovely week if you're only here for the astrology. And I just want to thank you for watching. Much love to all of you, and go out there and be the change you want to see in the world. Love you bunches. It's Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and thank you so much for tuning into the pick a card readings. I love doing them. This is a time where I feel like I get to play. And you guys are pile number 1, and you chose transformation. And I got to be careful with these because there's a pretty intense glare on these. So transformation is actually the death card. So I just let you take a look at that. And I'm kind of just looking at this, and I'm looking at this very young girl. She's very inspired by the abilities that she can do within herself. Like, she is very, like, if you really notice right here, she is holding in her hand the ability to actually like create something and to manifest something. Like, I feel like when you're a little kid, you have a certain naivety about you, and you're not so consumed by reality that you don't think that you are capable of transformation and the ability to manifest something. The death card, as it's typically depicted, is a time where we shed something, where something ends and something new is brought forth into our life. So you guys are very, very in tune with this full moon that we're going to be having in Pisces. So a full moon in Pisces, let's talk a little bit about that. It's a very, very emotional experience because, you know, as you look at this card, there's a vulnerability in this child. She's looking down at this hopeful mindset, and she is putting faith in the transformation. And so that takes a lot of energy on an emotional level. So normally, the death card represents Scorpio, and so this is a water-based energy. And then we have, of course, this full moon, which is in Pisces, which is in a water-based energy as well. So for some of you, you are wanting to manifest something on an emotional level. You want to transform it. You want to change it. You want to change the fate. You want to change the destiny of it. When we get involved in a full moon in Pisces, which is conjunct Neptune in Pisces, what we want to do is an ending, a conclusion is coming so that you can now manifest something in your physical reality. It's not just in your dreams. It's not just, it's not just sitting here in a dream state. It's something that you're going to physically manifest into your actual reality. If you intend it, that is. So let's take a look at your, sorry, I hate it when it, okay. You guys have the bee, and it's air energy. And I'm going to read this from the book, as I always do from these. You know, I've never actually gotten the bee. Isn't that crazy? So let me just do this really quick. The bee. Earnest, hardworking, and democratic. Democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures. Since they are artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision, and for the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they are too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then sting. You know what this is I'm totally vibing with right now? Virgo energy. How hard a cute little Virgo works. My little Virgos. If we are in a Piscean energy and we are this bee here, we're working really, really hard in the physical realm to manifest something that is not realistic, that is really hard work, that is something that we envision, something that we see, something that we know to be, but is not yet able to be realized as a physical manifestation. It is a emotional manifestation. I hope I'm not getting too deep, but basically what I'm trying to say is you have a vision, and this is Virgo energy, and this is very earth-based energy, and you're looking at this vision, and you know that this is what you're driven and what you're determined to overcome and to be, or you are determined to have this thing in the physical realm. It comes from a place that is very internal. It comes from a place where you've shed something so that you've made room to manifest this in your life. I hope I'm not getting like too deep. It's really hard for me when I turn into Piscean energy. I get all ethery. So please, if I'm getting overwhelming, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to process Virgo energy except for like this. Okay, Pisces energy. So you guys, the T for the week is success. You guys are busy little bees trying to make something successful in the material realm. So let's take a look at this. Haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. Ooh, Saturn's feisty. Saturn is in a mood, my friends. And so don't be dualistic. Really, if you want Saturn to know that you're serious, and if you want Saturn to help you reap the rewards, then you better be doing hard work in it. You better not be one of those people that think, well, I'm me. I deserve it because, well, I'm just me. If you're that person, Saturn is going to knock you down a couple pegs this week for sure. If you're one of those people that says, you know what, I'm going to set forth a plan, and I'm going to put in the hard work, and I'm going to be this busy little bee right here, and I'm going to keep diligently showing you that I deserve it because I'm putting forth the work, because that's the Virgo energy balancing out this full moon. I think you guys are going to find this to be benefic. But you have to understand, don't just think you deserve it. Don't be all Aries, because you're going to be squaring off with this week, and you're going to be called out this week. So please don't be, what is that word I'm thinking of? Entitled. That's the word I'm thinking of. Don't be entitled. Please don't do it. Saturn's going to knock your butt down if you do it. Flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. Well, yeah. I mean, we have a full moon in Pisces, and there's a lot on the line here. And for some of us, because we have Venus. So in September 6th, Venus moves into Leo, and there's a square with the moon in Aries and a square with the moon and Mars in Aries. For some of you, this could just be, you're not getting what you think you want out of somebody, or your ego wants something that that person can't give you. And so you're going to be, I don't know, very lost in that energy. Come on, man. Think bigger. Think Pisceans. Don't get so consumed with ego that you think you deserve more, a better partner, or you can attract better. I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing. Casket. Someone is going out of your life or the end of a situation. Well, that happens in a freaking full moon in Pisces. This week is all about a big conclusion, a big ending, a big reality check, a big response to things. So, yeah, casket is totally on the line in this energy. Whoops. I want to be able to see casket. Okay. A fair man, very interesting. Dealing with a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So for some of you, a man, or you know what I'm also thinking? I'm not thinking of it. Maybe it is somebody who's physically, or maybe you're letting go of somebody who was a fair-haired man who did something to you where you have to let it go because it's it's caused a lot of pain and suffering on a subconscious level, so that you can move past this response with this person. I don't know if some of you have had a fair-haired man in your life who've done some damage, like on a very, you put up a lot of blocks because this person caused you that pain. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And then we have cracked up. Dissatisfaction with life. Some of you guys are in the feels. So here's what I see. I'm just feeling this vibe right now. It is really, really difficult in Piscean energy not to play the victim, not to think, well, all of this stuff happened to me. I either must be a bad person, or life just sucks, or like, there's this feeling of, sorry, I had to move my microphone a little bit, of suffering, or I don't know, like I'm just feeling very in the feels for you because you have the faith in something that not everybody can see. But just understand that you're part of a system, a very integral system, and you are just one of the bees in that system. And so, I mean, if you think of us as a collective, we're just one bee in a collective hive. And so we have to kind of look at it from that level. And I'm going to try to tone me down. What the front door? What's wrong with you guys? Like, dude. Okay, this is rhetoric. This is a lot of external voices in your head. This is a lot of negativity that is enforcing thoughts that aren't your own. It's not your physical reality. It's people making you fear-based. It's people. I'm feeling like for you, please control. Okay. If this is a harvest moon, what we harvest is what we choose to tune into. So if you want to tune into this external story that this fear-based story that people are going to try to bind you in, then you're going to be a busy bee working for their intention, their goals. But you are doing something different with your life. You're shedding a very big part of your life. And if you're shedding people doing that, it's karma, honey. It's just a very karmic time for you. Oh my God, we have 13. I want you to see the synchronicity right now. What are the odds? What are the odds of this? 13 and 13. The death card. That's so crazy. But if you do, okay, so we can do a 13 in a couple ways. We can do a 1 and a 3. So a 3 is extremes and meeting in the middle. A 3 is more than one person, but it is one. It's individually how it's affecting you, how people are affecting you. And I'm feeling like people or rhetoric. People, you lose your way when you listen to when you start to turn to people and you start to get advice from people. They may be steering you off from your path. Intuitively connect in this energy. This is you can be guided by spirit. Don't let the physical realm guide your choices, because I feel like they're very negative energy in your head and in your life. Wow, what a crazy reading. Oh, it's always crazy when it comes to... So I have never worked with some of these decks, but I felt very cosmically connected. And so we're going to be exploring these. So this one is the Lightworker Oracle. Sorry, literally I've never worked with them, and it's Life Force. And I feel like if you just take a look at this on, this level. I'm sorry, okay. I didn't know which one this was because I've literally never worked for it. So this is the Blue Messiah cards, transformation cards for the soul. Anytime you dive, I'm serious, anytime you dive into this realm, when you get into like a full moon and Pisces, you really analyze your life. You really analyze where you're going and what you want and what you are trying to manifest in this physical realm. It's a connection. It's a conversation that you have with yourself. If you don't have it in the physical realm, you definitely are having it in the unconscious realm. Okay. All right. Balance. So beautiful. I do think it's obvious to me, as far as regarding balance, that all of us are seeking, especially when we have all this Libran energy out there. On September 5th, we have Mercury in Libra, which is going to be in this quincunx with Mars in Aries. But in the sextile, the positive and the negative but it's in a beautiful positive sextile with Venus in Cancer. You can't just think of yourself in this energy. You have to think of yourself as a collective, as a part of a pair, as part of a yin and yang. You have to think of the black and the white. You have to weigh things out, and you have to be completely attached to that type of reality. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, of course, look at the cards. Sorry, I had to get it. I'm just going to, of course, do our planetary cards, because I do them every time we do a reading like this, because I just want to see what you guys are specifically tuned into. Oops. I don't never take cards that just jump out. Just not my thing. I mean, I do, but not with these cards. Just really like to get them mixed up. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's talk a little bit. I'm going to put these over here. What does that look like? Okay, you guys can kind of see them. All right. All right. Oh, that went like this. Can you see all those? Yes. All right. Let's talk a little bit about these. We have the Page of Wands, but in reverse, so that's fire-based energy. We do have a lot of crazy fire energy. We got a lot of squares and fire. So when you get a page in reverse in fire energy, there is an immaturity about this energy. So your ego is going to be a petulant little child just stomping around trying to get its way. Or somebody in your life could be like that. We have the Ace of Coins, which this is our beautiful Earth Trine. It is the only card that is upright for you, which means you guys need to tune into this Earth Trine that's going on. Mercury in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, and Jupiter in Capricorn, which is conjunct Saturn and Pluto. This beautiful Earth Trine, ground yourself in this energy. Be very conscious of, if you are starting to feel mentally sensitive, that you need to get grounded. If you can do that, you are going to have a beautiful week. And if you look at this, I'm very in tune with this. Look at how long the antlers are on this guy. This is divine guidance that has stood the test of time, trying to show you the way to create a new outcome. Okay? And we have the Four of Coins. So some of you are feeling very vulnerable on a financial level. Some of you are feeling like things aren't stable in your life financially. Some of you are feeling like your foundation might be threatened. And then you're going to go into this square that is going to be happening with all this Mars energy. So, and you're going to feel very threatened and very warrioristic. So let's not do that. You know, let's look at this from an elevated perspective, that we're transforming things, we're changing things. It's testing our patience, it's testing what we've always known. It's different, but different isn't necessarily bad, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to get our clarifying cards from my beautiful Light Seer deck. These are always, you know, positivity added to our reading. This helps us tune into those sextiles and trines in the reading and stays away from like all the squares. Can't live without this deck. I literally cannot live without this deck. I've thought about buying 2 backups because these cards, these cards do have a tendency to chip. I don't know if you can tell, but like, I don't know if you can tell that. I can't see it, but they do. And it makes me kind of sad, but I use them every single day, sometimes 2 times a day. So these little cards go through it. So they're actually a beautiful quality, really nice card. Okay. Oh, strength card. Okay. Fire. An 8 card. We've got the Knight of Swords. So stop being all ego-based and start being a person who elevate yourself and look at this logically and not just so ego-based. That'll strengthen your response to this. You guys need to get out of your ego. Oh, hi, girl. Hi, my sweetheart. Our girl showed up. My beautiful queen. She is Earth. She's this Earth Trine. And she is trying to show you the way. She is telling you to slow down. Don't get so caught up in all this energy. Everything is going to be okay. Look at her sitting there. Look at her face. Just calm down. If you find yourself being ignited on a fire-based level, on an ego-based level, can you try to do her? She's going to show you the way. She'll show you the way this week through the fiery storm that's going to happen, the ego-based storm. She's not ego. She is very realistic, and she's very predictable, and she's very grounded, and she doesn't do anything that isn't going to pay off in the long run. So don't do things that make you have instant gratification, because then you're going to get all page of wands on this, and that's not going to behoove you at all. So maybe at the beginning of the week, some of you guys are going to go through a bit of an ego struggle, and it's going to test you. It's going to test you, but I feel like you're going to pull through it. It's going to strengthen you. But so Leo, Venus and Leo, maybe, you know, don't be all Aries, because then you're going to be impatient and conflictive, and you're going to be petulant, and you're going to be all drama. Don't do that this week. You can embrace Leo energy and be this Venus in Leo, which is in the sextile with Libra. Because if you look at this, if you look at this from an elevated perspective on a logical level, not so much an ego-based level, some of you guys are going to find that you guys have a pretty decent approach. You go from this page at the beginning of the week where there's like something that tries your ego, you know, something that kind of hits that sweet spot. So maybe by midweek, you go from the page that's in reverse to this Knight of Wands here. And that's because maybe you guys get very in tune with this Earth Trine that we've got going on. Literally, there's an Earth Trine. And something new and substantial comes from this. If you look at this card right here, if you look at all of that, there's like all of this. And if you look at it, it has the infinity sign and she has the infinity sign. So this is something that is infinite, something that is going to stand the test of time. It's not a fly by the seat of your pants type energy. It's something that is going to like stick around for a significant period of time. You have the Nine of Swords, but before that you have this Ace of Swords, right? Type of week. So something new, but you have to release something, you know, and it's something that makes you feel threatened on like I don't know. I feel it feels very intense. It's something that you have dealt with where it has tested your ability. Like I think of how many relationships I've been in where our foundation wasn't strong, and so it created an unstable, it created instability in my life. And so I am now much more in tune with somebody like her, where I just feel like, slow down, stop getting so ego-based and start looking at this from the big picture, and you're going to be fine. Let go of this. Let it fly away from you. Don't hold on to these thoughts. They're negativity, and they're going to do nothing but make you ego-based and threaten. And you're too busy manifesting and working. Don't listen to this rhetoric making you feel like you don't have power over your life, and it's making you feel like you have to give your power away so that somebody else can make you feel stable. Don't do that this week. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I am. Okay. So we have orbs of light, and I'm pretty sure that this one is sorry, I'm trying to learn these cards. This is the very first time I've used them. Okay, yeah, so this is the Lightworker Oracle by Annette Fairchild. And we have orbs of light. And okay guys, sorry, I had to organize that and I didn't want you guys dealing with the delay, so I cut that out. Okay, orbs of light. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it is, the spiritual worlds are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own thought. Yet it is inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is the answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. I do think a lot of time we always receive signs from the universe that guide us. Our egos don't really allow us to listen to that very often, but if we're working from a place where we're trying to manifest something, and and we have this life force, I mean, that's a soul purpose. This is a soul-based conversation. It's not, we're letting go, we're ending something so that we're shedding something so that we can bring something forth in our life. This is a pretty big moment for you guys. This week is big for you. So this is conscious spirit. Oh, I'll show you the deck. It's, I think, really old. Written and illustrated by Kim Dreyer. Okay, so let's take a look at this. It's the Moon Goddess 41. I am in harmonious flow with the moon's energy and all of its phases of life. Well, can you doubt that you guys are very in tune with this full moon in Pisces getting a card like this? I mean, you guys are being divinely guided out of a time where you have been through a lot on a very ego-based level, and you're letting go and you're empowering yourself and you're moving forward in the physical realm to attain things that may have been out of reach for quite some time. Okay, we have blessing of homecoming. I always look at 4, because those are just divinely guided numbers, because they reduce down to 11 and 4. So for some of you, this has a lot to do with your home and family. For some of you guys are working really hard to overcome maybe something that happened at home, or maybe something that you disappointed somebody in your family. And for some of you, because you may have been all caught up in ego, and for some of you, you may be a little bit humble on this journey, and you may have moved past this transgression in your life. And some of you may be moving toward, and to me, a homecoming is a calling. So it's not just, if I'm looking at this from this like ethereal approach to it, it's like a homecoming is like the realization of where your soul's purpose always was, and where your ego was always, your free will and your ego was straying you away from. So it's very beautiful. Okay, so we have library, take control of your own narrative. Yeah. If some of you, this it takes me back to this card. Take control of your own narrative. Don't let people control where your narrative leads you. Don't let people take control of where your energy goes. Okay? Oh my God, you rebirth. This is the most crazy pile. I can't even believe all of this energy. You guys are going through a huge moment in your life. We have 1313, and then we have rebirth, all Scorpio energy. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's insane. This is the coolest pile. I wonder what the other piles are going to be like, if this one is like so beautiful. Okay. So I thought I'd pull out an emotion card because, well, we are in Pisces, and we have the mermaid deck here, and it is contentment. Maybe some of you just are in a moment where, you know, you're just trying to be, like if you tune into the Earth Trine, it's a time of just being content on a day-to-day, being completely present and not fear-based in the present mentality, like being thankful, living in a state of gratitude for the littlest things in your life. I mean, thank you, I got to eat today. Thank you, I have a job. Thank you, I have a car. Thank you, I have enough money to put gas in my car. Thank you that my kids are okay and that they're healthy. I mean, contentment is one of those things that we have to tune into to be very present and thankful in our physical realm. And it's a lot easier once we are in a state of gratitude to manifest really positive things. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put these just like over here like this. Sorry. Got to make some room here. Like, I want to do that so that I can keep them in my eyes. Okay. Oh, I was going to do this because, you know what? I'm going to do this last. Hopefully I remember. Okay, let's do the dice. Yeah, you guys are very in tune with the Venus and Cancer energy, Venus and Leo energy. Sorry. That happened on September 6th. So the end of the week is going to be a big moment for you. It's going to be a very elevating time for you. It's going to make you look at the big picture instead of this ego-based, very narrow, simplistic point of view where you're just caught in the moment. This is going to be one of those things where it opens you up to the big perspective, the big story, the overall point of this week. And then we have this Taurian moment. And Uranus is in Taurus. So there's no doubt in my mind that you guys are going to be very influenced by your partnerships, bonds, and unions. And for some of you, this has a lot to do with stability and has to do with manifesting something in your physical realm. So I'm going to put all these up here. Can you still see that? Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the charms are next. I don't know why I'm forgetting my... Okay. Okay, well, this owl came out. Like, it was like... Okay, well, fine. If you want to be like that, this is like, I'm not having it. I'm not going in there. Fine, don't go in there. Okay, let's take a look at these guys. This always wants the porcupine. Whenever I see the porcupine, I think of self-preservation. I think of underestimating people, underestimating opponents. I always think of somebody that looks vulnerable but actually has a pretty good self-defense mechanism and has the ability to take care of themselves if they really need to. I mean, the porcupine in general is just a very peaceful creature unless provoked. We have the owl. We have the wisdom of the owl. You know, this is being able to look at this from a very elevated perspective, from that very cumulative approach to it, taking a look and think, God, what have I been going through this whole entire month? And I mean, this whole entire year on an emotional level. And what have I learned? Like, what have I gained? What have I lost? What do I need on an emotional level to feel fulfilled? I mean, it's a the really big picture. It's keen awareness. It's keen insight. Okay. So you guys are, very consumed. Sorry about that. Very consumed in this past-based energy, guys. Every time I see this old car, I just think of like, past-based. So very, for some of you, you may be very much caught up in all this retrograde energy. Where have I lost power? Where do I need to have power? How do I sustain power in my life? How have I not been able to do it before? Okay, so for some of you, let's see if you can see this. Strong is beautiful. Personal power. I mean, take control of your narrative. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Robot. Well, for some of you, this is being like logically looking at things, not just looking at, it's really easy to get consumed emotionally by this energy, but you had a lot of cards. Let's see. We had so many cards like wanting to take a look at this from, a very, like this ace here, but this knight here of swords is what I was thinking of. Come on, take a look at this from a logical approach. I mean, you go from the 9 to the, you go from if you were to look at it truly deeply, you go from the ace to the 9. So this is the beginning, this is the end, and this is the taking action after you come to that conclusion. So it's like emotionally disconnecting and logically taking a look at this. What do we have here? Aw. Hello, my pronouns are they, them. So for some of you, you guys are struggling with your sense of identity as far as to reclaim your sense of identity and be as authentic to who you are as you need to be. I get a lot of those, by the way. 10 of Hearts, that's a conclusion. That's 10 of Cups. So 10 is the reward that happens, the cumulative energy that happens from being emotionally connected to the outcome instead of like being so superficial and immediate. Like I think of all this Aries energy is so caught up in ego, but that's like a passing energy. You need more. You always need more to feed your ego. You don't need more if you are in a Piscean moment because you look at things from the bigger level. And then this is the Moon card. So yeah, the Moon card is all about Pisces, just to let you know. So let's go ahead. Such a deep reading. Oh, I have to take a break from this one. Hopefully they're not all like this. But it's a lot, I'm not gonna lie, to feel. Okay. I always go by, we got a anything goes tile. Okay. I always go with the first one is the strongest word. And, oops. What I immediately saw was you're guided in energy like this. I mean, you're divinely guided. This is a transformational time. I mean, your spirit is talking to you and trying to align you with the direction you're supposed to be going in. Well, you're very compassionate in energy like this. You can walk a mile in somebody else's shoes if you're, or you want somebody to understand you on that level. Like, can you kind of take a look at this from my perspective? This is how I feel. I'm seeing that. I gotcha. A heavy load. I'm feeling heavy. A heavy load of a lot going on. What a day, huh? I think of R. You know, it's very intense to feel like you are what you are, but you're not. You're like bigger than the story of R. Like R is like, it's like a moment where, you know, you think that this defines where you're at, but it doesn't. It's like so much bigger than R, the word R. I don't know if I'm making sense. Mug. I think of a cute mug. Like I think of like, you know, a mug, a picture of, I don't know. It's very cute. I think that's cute. My dear one. Aw. Do I even have a one? Like, do I not have an N? But I do. Dear one. That just makes me think that you are very in tune with this message of this very soothing soul. Maybe some of you are the Queen of Pentacles for some people. Maybe some of you are the strength in the Queen of Pentacles for somebody who needs you. Maybe you're the one people are going to go to. And you're going to be the one there guiding the way for them, helping them through their plight. I think of... You're gliding through this time pretty good. Like for some of you, it could be a period of like, you can either glide and slide through it, or you can glide and be in control of gliding through it with ease. You know, I think of somebody who's on the ice for the first time. Gliding is terrible. It feels out of control, but I think of somebody who's on the ice and they're gliding, like their ability to glide and control their movements. It looks beautiful, ice skating. Lime. I saw lime. That's interesting. What? You want more than you have right now? That's understandable. I get that. Oh, really? Are some of you having a feeling with your age, like getting older? Are you having a feeling like it's too late in life to transform your circumstances? That's not true. It's not true at all. I see gear. I see, like, I think of gears, I think of things working they work on a synchronous level, like gears all work together to change things. That's what I saw personally. Okay, let's take a look at numbers, guys. Okay, what numbers do we have? If we get another 13, I'll just give up right now. Be like, okay, this is the only reason. So we have 89. We have 8, 85. Gosh, lots of eights, guys. And we had eighth. We had strength card. 7 or 4 and 3. 43. 77. 7 and a 7. 7, 7 and 7. 7. And an 11. Very wild, guys. Sevens. Movement. Progression. 8 is change. It's a very spiritual number. It's a number that deals with balance. That's pretty intense. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to do this final thing is this let go. I have never looked at it, nor do I know anything about it. But it's by Akel Pritam. I saw it online and I'm like, that's so cute. Look how cute these are. It's like a little mini deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle. Again, I've never used these before. I've never even opened them. I just thought, in Pisces energy, and especially if it's a culmination, we need to know what we need to let go of. Okay, guys? So let's go ahead. Pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to let go of? Okay. Let me do this. 2, 3. Which I'm so drawn to this, so I'm just going to try it. So here's the back of the card. This is the one I was drawn to for you. It's beautiful. And it is, don't push or grasp for what you want. Let life come to you and flow through you. So let go of ego. Know that there's a divine purpose and you are being divinely guided towards something that has to do more with your purposeful energy, something that you are being shown divinely. That is so stunning. Okay, guys. Well, anyhow, thank you so much for tuning in to pile number 1, and I'm going to be right back with pile number 2. Hi, guys. This is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and you guys have chosen pile number 2, and pile number 2 is kind of interesting. I'm going to put these over here. Okay, because pile number 2 is technically temperance in like a standard tarot deck, but my dog is so funny. As soon as I turn on this video, like he runs over and eats. So sorry about that. He's just, oh no, he's drinking. Sorry. So this is actually temperance, but it's called patience in this deck, and I'm going to show you the deck that we will be working with this month. I change the tarot decks every month, and thanks to the Zen Witch, I purchased a new fave, which is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. She kind of has her own little take, guys, but I was looking at patience and thinking of its correlation with temperance. And don't you have to be incredibly patient to be a temperate person? Meaning you have to be able to deny yourself instant gratification in order to look at it in its totality. Meaning if you want or desire something, you have to look at, is this an instantaneous reward, or is this something that is going to give me a reward over a period of time? And then if it is, you're going to have to be patient in order to acquire something that actually would stand the test of time. So a lot of times, let me just talk a little bit about what energy I think you guys are tuning into, because patience is on the table. So one of the most impatient people on the planet are Aries, especially when they're in a square. So I feel like you guys are very in tune with Aries energy, or the ego-based energy that is involved in this week. And this is a very intense week. if you are wrapped up in your ego and you want an instantaneous reward, you want an immediate reward, this is going to be a tough week for you. But if you are looking, sorry, my dog. He's like a nutcase right now. But if you are looking at things like you want something that will add to your ego on a long-term basis, meaning the reward will take you a while to get there, but it will enrich you and help you grow and expand as a person. Instead of a really narrow perspective, it will broaden your perspective. This energy, you have to tune into the right Aries energy. So I feel like you guys are very aligned with the Aries energy that's coming down the pike this week. This week is an intense energy. We have a full moon in Pisces, which is conjunct Neptune in Pisces. But there are some intense squares in Aries energy, and they're all in critical degrees. So if for some of you, you may be at the limit, you may be very impatient with results. You may be very impatient because you want something and you want it now. You don't want to be patient to get it. If you're caught in that energy, oh honey, quincunxes and squares are in critical degrees, are going to be your journey. And that's no fun. That's no fun. So we're going to talk about that. You guys got the raccoon and earth energy. When I'm tuning into this card, if I were just to interpret this card combined with patience, I feel like you guys are, your ego-based response to this energy is going to be very undercover. You guys are going to have hidden agendas. Some of you may be dealing with other people's hidden agendas. Some of you may be dealing with not feeling safe, not feeling secure, not being identified properly, not being supported. Like what you identify with, people may not identify with. And so this feels very fear-based, but let me read the raccoon and see what it has to say in this deck. Raccoon. Okay. Talented, shadowy, and hiding. A raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success, sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? A raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. You guys are so in, sorry, I didn't mean to touch that. You're so in the Aries vibe. Okay, what happens when we are impatient with what the ego desires? We feel not accepted. We feel not appreciated. We feel fear-based because we feel threatened. And if you're in this energy, pile number 2, maybe some of you are feeling not appreciated, not validated. Some of you may be feeling like you've had enough of a particular issue that you see clearly, but other people don't see clearly. So let's take a look at your tea. You guys have a very intense vibe, guys. So let's see what's going on with my loves. Okay. Oops, sorry. It's right here. I was like, what happened? Wealth. Wealth suggests longevity. And patience in the raccoon suggests an impatience. So maybe some of you are wrestling with this feeling of wealth. And wealth has to do with long-term prosperity. It has to do with a secure foundation. It has to do with, wealth is a feeling of abundance. So some of you, I'm feeling with this raccoon spirit, that some of you are not feeling abundant, not feeling appreciated, not feeling like people value you for what you value, your self-worth. I'm feeling. So we have box. You will receive a gift. Ooh. Really? Okay, I want to expand on that. I'm very interested to see what that has to say. We have grasshopper. I always think of grasshopper. I don't know, sorry. Situation in the balance that requires careful handling. Well, yeah. I feel like with a grasshopper, I feel like you're leaping from thing to thing, searching for immediate gratification, not really focused on longevity, the wealth, the enduring things for a long period of time to gain long-term wealth. I feel like you're leaping around a lot. You're not very focused. Dogs. Getting together with friends. Okay. First of all, I love dogs. Dogs are loyalty. We have Venus moving into Leo, squaring off with the moon in Aries and squaring off with Mars in Aries in these critical degrees. So, if you get together with friends, don't let egos come into play. If you get together with people, if you're talking with people, if you're interacting with people, people may impact you emotionally. So just be very mindful of the fact you can get easily fired up in energy this week. So just be very mindful that you are in a very intense emotional state. And what is culminating for you is your sense, something that you deeply identify with. And you're wanting to be understood, and you're wanting to be heard, and you're wanting people to identify how important it is to you. Other people may not see it that way, and that can cause conflict. So just be mindful of that. I think of dogs and their loyalty, and I think of dogs, and you have to discipline a dog to get them to think the way that you are. So I feel like some of you may impose some power over them to try to get them to follow your lead. So I think of like a pack. I think of like a dog pack. I don't know why I tuned into that. Whatever. Hammock. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. Dude, I could not encourage that enough. Okay. The way to set all this energy, right? Tune into this beautiful Grand Earth Trine that we have going on. It's in Mercury in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, which is at retrograde. It's Jupiter, which is in Capricorn, which is conjunct Saturn and Pluto. Go be physical. Go push yourself. Go work out at a gym. Go do things that make you feel superior to you, make you feel compete with yourself, make you feel like you are strong, you have a lot of endurance. Push yourself physically, and it will help you. Not to mention, just get out in nature, maybe do some hiking, maybe go to a location that other people can't go to. Like, do something that's extraordinary for you and help you kind of diffuse some of this energy, even just for a walk, even just for a brisk walk, or push your physical boundaries. I mean, all of that stuff out in nature is going to help you tune into the right vibe. Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Dude, you. Totally you. I love you. The dang girl, or guy, you are like as stubborn as a mule right now. Like, that's what I'm just feeling the vibe. I'm sorry. Let's see what we got going on in your soul card. This is soul cards 2. Okay. Aw. To do that. I feel love. I feel a little, like, if you look at how light this one is and how dark this one is, this one feels vulnerable. And this one feels like expressive and willing to give love to this person who is very fear-based. who is very guarded, who is very coming from a place of fear of vulnerability, not wanting to be seen. Huh. Wow, what an intense card, huh? Ooh, that's some shiznit right there. 4. Green. Okay, so green is earth. Green is money, fortune. It's valuables. It's feeling valued. 4, perseverance. But 4 is stability, structure. It is routine, rituals. 4 is also 2 and 2 is balance to me. It's balancing out to equal 4. So it is considering somebody else. And because you have these 2 people in here, somehow I'm sensing that there is a need to be vulnerable. Okay, I just want to talk about something because I just noticed it caught my eye when I was talking about that, and I could just go with my vibe. We're in a harvest moon, and so we're reaping the rewards of all of the hard work that we've been doing this year. And so if there's somebody offering you light, or you sense that somebody is light, it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable. Maybe you have a dark side to you, or maybe you're the one protecting this person who is weaker than you. Whatever that is, to me this suggests somebody is being strong and somebody is helping somebody through their weakness. So there's a vulnerability. There's see how they're giving the gift of this offering to this person to make them feel closer to the light. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, let's take a look at our planet, our planetary energy, and see what we're tuning into during this very crazy time. I mean, I feel like you're very Mars-based, and I feel like there's a vulnerability with you. I feel like the lesson for you, the full moon is teaching you, is how to be patient, how to endure circumstances that make you fear-based. And then how do you react once you're a fear-based person? Are you, a confrontational, oppressive person who tries to inflict power over others? Or are you a person that tries to protect others and help them through their dark times because you understand, you're compassionate and living in light, and you're in that state? So let's take a look here. I'm just going to do judgment in reverse. We've got the 8 in reverse. What the hell is up with all the reverses? I mean, this is like, if you look here, like there's not, it's not all reverses. So what the hell? I mean, I lay these out and I like shuffle them all up. So it's so crazy when they all turn out in reverse. I just know it's kind of a sign personally, but can you see all that? Yeah. So we've got beginning, mid, end of week. So beginning of week judgment. This is relying too heavily on the judgment of others. This is Plutonian energy. Pluto energy is in this Earth trine, but Plutonian-based energy is asking you to step up and remove yourself from the judgments of others, from the opinion of others, from the way that others describe you, the way that others define you, and for you to define yourself, and for you to stand true in your own identity and to live in an authentic sense of self, even if that means that you're not entirely accepted. We have the sun in Virgo. We have the 8 here. And anytime I see an 8, look at how hard this person is working. Look how hard they are working to perfect something, to manifest something, to to gain a reward from something that they've been working hard at. So there is a feeling of, you might be being impatient with, you're working really hard to generate a result. It's not coming fast enough. It's making you impatient. That's all ego. Cut out the ego. Just understand that if you are not reaping the reward right now, then you are not meant to reap that reward right now. It's not perfected. We have Mercury in Aquarius. This is the Six of Swords. So this all looks to me like resistance, and we have perseverance. So it looks like there's a resistance to progression, and you want it faster than it's coming to you. And that is because if you look at this from a very Piscean point of view, you're not ready for this to fully manifest into the potential that you see. Okay, so let's take a look at your light working cards. You guys, this is the heaviest week of September. So we're going to cover it a lot. It's going to be a long video, and I'm sorry, but it is an intense week for sure. Okay. Oh, this Page of Wands, she keeps coming up. Temperance. You got Temperance twice. What is the odds of that? Like, what are the odds? Oh, you got your Eight of Swords, my love. You know? Dang. Nope, sorry. The Hierophant. These are light working cards, so they get to go upright. Okay, the Empress and the Devil. Shuffling makes me feel soothed, and your energy is very intense to feel. So let's take a look at this. So beginning of week, which would be this pile. Look, I feel like you're passionate about something. You're very excited about something. You want something to manifest, and but I feel like you're in the first phase of that process. You're not in the cumulative phase of that. And even though we're in a full moon in Pisces, understand it's conjunct Saturn and Pluto, which is in Capricorn. And so that is putting in the work. That is endurance. That is not just starting it out and getting what you want. That is, let's do it for a period of time, because it's going to manifest into something that will generate that. You understand what I'm saying? Come midweek, we have Eight of Coins and Eight of Swords, and we've got this Hierophant. Something you got to have faith with. You've got to endure. Something that is going to test your perspective. It's going to test your outlook on this particular issue. It's something you don't want to see. It's something that you don't want to face, that you're going to have to face. You're going to have to understand. Look, you have to be patient with this week. This week is going to test you. It's going to test your endurance. Do you have what it takes to make this happen? By end of week, we have my love. She's my favorite card, the Empress. She is the actual Grand Earth Trine. Look, if you're impatient, you're going to be in this Devil energy. So Temperance is black and white, yin and yang, two types of energy. If you see it in this Temperance card, it's the sun and the moon. So this is soul, fire-based energy, and this is emotional energy, right? So this could be something, you have to take the slow, easy approach. You have to nurture a seed to help it grow. You have to give it the right conditions to help it grow. You've got to do a lot of research. You've got to put in the hard work. If you are a person who wants instantaneous results, you want to do the easy, get rich quick kind of thing. If you want to try, I think of like clickbait titles. Like if you want a clickbait approach, you're going to be tempted by the Devil card to create movement because you feel stagnant. the easy way. You're going to start to maybe copy or emulate people that are successful at it because you're not. That's not being authentic. Don't do that, okay? Like, just be mindful to not do that. All right. These cards are calling you out, dude. Oh gosh, the ego is such a brutal guy. Like, choosing it. I love me a good Empress, though. Okay. All right, guys. Let's take a look at what else we've got going on. So I'm working with 3 new decks that I've never worked with, so you may have to endure me reading. So we have meditation. I always look at the number, even though they don't probably in tune with that, but that's a 9 and a 1. 1 is the individual, 9 is completion, or 9 plus 1 is 10. It's an end. But I also just want to take a look at this card. I think this is the cosmic. Nope, it is the Blue Messiah. It's the Blue Messiah card. So I'm just going to read this because I just want to see. Obviously, I know what meditation is, but okay. We have meditation is being still in the mind, which at the same time exploring the expansive universe within. You have drawn this card because your soul understands the need to detach from the outside world and connect within. Connecting to the light of truth within you may not be easy. Being still and emptying your mind from noise and mental chatter is not only challenging, but also confronting. You may experience feelings of failure or of not being good enough when attempts to meditate don't go as planned. Dear one, the best form of meditation is to simply be. Being present in the moment and witnessing the magic of life all around you. Gratitude raises your vibrations, energy, and naturally opens gateways within you for visionary experiences. I am thinking of the word patience. I am thinking of the fact that there's some vulnerability with you right now. And if you rush this process, you're doing yourself a disservice. This is time for you to be a receiver. When we have a full moon in Pisces, we are receiving emotional messages on a very elevated ether-based approach. Like it's a download into our subconscious, and then we throughout next year, so this is our lunar year, it's the end of our lunar year, and so we are shedding a big part of our ego. And our ego, we always resist this process in our ego. You guys are very ego-based, and even if you're like, well, I'm not an ego-oriented person, but we all are. We all have ego play into every decision that we make. It's called perception. And if we are not open to change our perception of things, that doesn't allow us to change our judgment. It doesn't allow us to change our look at things. It doesn't allow us to be more authentic. Like there's a resistance to all of this, and we have to be strong all the time. Everything is pushing us to be strong. And so I feel like you are under a lot of pressure. But if you just meditate, quiet the mind, make it more present, be patient, understand that you're vulnerable and that you need some love and care, move forward. This one, I think, is the cosmic reading cards. I mean, it's obvious what it's trying to tell you. You know, I'm just going to look it up here because I love what other people have to say. I mean, obviously you can interpret that from a point of view, but let's just read this really quick. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. And I feel like that's the vulnerability of this little guy, right? Like, why be in the dark? Like, this is fear. This is protected. This is, I can't let go, but this person is offering this person, you know, the ability to move forward with love and hope and something better than this person has probably ever known. Their perception, their reality, their interpretation of what life is, it's not that. It's what they've been taught through pain to believe it is. Okay. Oh. Life path, and look at this little baby. But look at that angel up there over this baby, shielding it, protecting it. I mean, look at the cycle of life. Like, the cycle of life is fully represented here. The cycle of growth. Inside the womb, you're formed before you even manifest. Your cycle has been complete within you on a spiritual level. You're already connected to your purpose, to your authentic goal in life. Honestly, I don't even know if that's what that means. I should, fine. It's like, life, oh my gosh, I like totally opened up right to it. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in a spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you are undertaking or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, and growing. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose in this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in the way that you cannot miss. Oh, and that was the light worker. Oh, so gorgeous. This is the conscious spirit deck, and it says your own path. What the heck? Follow your own unique path with courage and strength. Guys, why are you move forward? Life path, your own path. Be patient, persevere. Wow. Are you guys being given a sign from the divine? Truly, deeply. Whoa. It's really beautiful. These are the blessing cards, and it says a blessing in the senses that gift the world to you. Be patient. Everything beautiful takes time. Think how long it takes for a bee. Bees were in pile number 1 for them to make honey, for there to be growth like this, for you to be in tune with your intuition. Be patient with this process that you guys are in. It's okay. We have a 7 here. You know, I mean, you're very spiritually connected to your divine purpose. You guys have this really beautiful energy about you. Let's see what this says. Which justice is coming. Ooh, this is Libra energy. We're all moving toward the 6th. The 6th is a fiery day. It's a very intense day. So ego cannot play in your guys' day, okay? This energy is very Libran. And, Mercury moves into Libra on the 5th. And it is in a quincunx with Mars and Aries. And remember, I was talking to you about your Aries energy and your impatience. And, you know, the ego-based fear that we have here. So understand, you don't need to go into the world and to hold somebody accountable. The universe holds them accountable. Karma holds them accountable. That would be this full moon in Pisces. You don't need to go in there and warrior it out and make them accountable for something a transgression, something that has been done to you. Oh, God, look at you guys with this. Are you guys like having a relationship? Like maybe some of you are getting close with somebody. Maybe some of you are starting to fall in love with somebody. Maybe there is a relationship that maybe some of you just want a connection to somebody, intimate connection. But for some of you, I feel like This is very much going on right now. Like some of you are being, it's like a soul-based connection. It's like a soulmate type connection. And some of you are feeling a little vulnerable to having this much desire and passion and heart. Well, Venus moves into Leo on the 6th. And so I was talking to you about how everything is moving toward the 6th week, the 6th, and how intense that energy is. And if you're going to get wrapped up in your ego, then you're going to resist this because you're going to want to protect yourself. But if you're open to this, this could be the start of something truly deep and beautiful for you. It could be connections that stand the test of time. It could be bonds, partnerships, and unions that you can feel secure. This doesn't have to be a sexual based one, although I think for many of you it will be. I think for some of you it could just be the yin and yang type, the feeling of I have a true friend, a true partnership in my life that is never going to do me wrong, and we're going to be able to give and to receive equally amongst each other. But some's like relationship oriented in your guys's life a lot. Aw, you're a free spirit, huh? Some of you just like to beat to your own drum. Some of you are just very unique and different, and not a lot of people understand you. Maybe this person understands you. Maybe you are going to feel more authentic, and you're going to start to be able to externalize what you feel internally. It's a really beautiful energy, guys. Okay. I'm going to next, let's take a look at the dice here. Neptune. Full moon in Pisces is going to be conjunct Neptune this week. So you guys are a little bit in the dreamy headspace. Some of you may be hopeful. Some of you may be receiving signs when you sleep. Some of you may be having very, very intuitive dreams. Some of you may be very connected to intuition. If you're in a negative headspace, some of you are feeling very much the victim, very much fear-based, and you may be caught in suffering. Oh, gosh dang. Neptune in Pisces. Oh, my gosh. You guys are so... So think about Pisces energy. The full moon in Pisces, which is conjunct Neptune in Pisces. It is... Then we have Aries energy. So think about your sense of self releasing something so that you can invite something in, so you can have something you've always wanted, something you've fantasized about, something you dream about, but you've got to release something, shed something, let go of something, move forward with something. And then the second house is what you hope to, it's what you want to possess. It's what feeling valued, getting things that you value most in this energy. Okay, I'm going to do this. I love this little free spirit, by the way. She's so adorbs. Okay. Okay, I see that little, it's like, for some reason I'm tuning into a secret, holding back, in the background, hiding, I don't know. The devil makes us do that too. It makes us fear-based. So, and then this 8. So, Let's see what our first word is, guys. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure we're still running, because that's happened to me before. It's very traumatic. You gotta love filming, man. It's so unpredictable, dude. Okay. Let's see what's the first one that we come up with. You won't believe what I just saw. Dude, I'm sorry. This is your first word. It's your most powerful word for the week. What? Spot. Sweet spot. Whenever I think of spot, I think of your sweet spot, the spot that makes you feel feel fear-based. It's a spot where you hide things, where you suppress things. It's where you wall things up. Like, it's that spot. It's like, oh, you know what else is going on too? Where is it? Chiron. I saw, what day was it? Annette. Oh, in the full moon in Pisces, it's Jupiter is squaring off with Chiron in Aries, which means it's expanding that spot that makes us feel vulnerable and fear-based, and like we want to hide, we want to suppress it, we want to protect it, you know. Okay, she's got you. She'll guide you through your week. She'll take your hand and she'll show you the way. I mean, it's not going to be fun and fast and exciting and spontaneous and all the things that Aries energy likes. But she will keep you safe and secure and grounded and stable through a very crazy time. So let her guide you, okay? All right. I saw a wig. What's it saying about wigs? Like, making your wig blow off? I don't know, or like come off, like, oh, what's that? I'm gonna remember it as soon as I get off of here. Oh, R.I.P. God, this kind of makes me think of somebody passing. Like, I'm not even gonna go there. It bothers me when I see stuff like that, so I don't want to. Let's see if this is all here. I'm not gonna do that. Even though I see it so hard right now, I gotta breathe through that. Because it's so hard for me to see bad things all the time. Like, I just want to see good. Is that just not possible? We don't have enough for it. I did think of believe, but we don't have enough. Ring my bell. That was hard. I can't get it out of my head, so sorry. I just hope everybody's okay. Be safe out there. I know that if some of you have lost somebody, you might be thinking maybe somebody might communicate with you from the spiritual realm. A really great thing to do right now would be to be a giver, to give to people who are less fortunate. That would be a wonderful way to attract really positive energy to you. Maybe you could give a gift to somebody and that will cheer them up. Ooh, that was like, I can't get over the bad energy. I hate it when I feel like, I hate it when I feel him. I don't like feeling that. He's not supposed to be like literal, but sometimes he is. Do I not have foggy? In a fog. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about fog. Fog can be one of those things where what can happen in Piscean energy is you can just feel like you're in a fog. You know, as you're culminating and ending something, it can feel foggy. You don't feel as decisive. You don't know exactly what's going on, so it can feel a little fog-based. Where do we go from here is what I'm hearing. Where do I go from here? I can't get over that death feeling. Like, why do I feel that? Can I feel like fill my cup, fill me up? You need to have some emotional support, some emotional love. Sorry, when I like tune into something that's like so hard for me to get out of my head that I just... Oh, dove. Yes. So a dove is a messenger from above, from heaven. If some of you believe in that, so it's a message from spirit. It's also a very pure time, a very cleansing time. It's also a time where you get to release things that no longer serve you so that you can divinely accept what is beneficial to you. It's also, it purifies your thoughts, it purifies your intentions, it purifies what you want, meaning it removes ego from things, and it makes you more divinely guided. I love seeing a dove in your reading. If somebody does pass for some of you, just know that they're being divinely guided to heaven and everything is going to be okay. Oh my gosh, shut up. What just happened? What happened right now? Right? Good versus evil. That's crazy. I never saw that before. It's like good versus evil. What the front door? You guys have a crazy reading. It's very intense to feel. Not gonna lie, like I almost have like tightness in my chest. Feeling what you guys are like laying out here. Well, I didn't mean to take that much, but whatever. Okay, let's see here. I love this button. Geeks need love too. They do. I love me a good geek, though. I saw spit. I spit on your grave. It's a movie. It's a pretty intense movie. Oh my gosh, we got this in the first reading, too. It's the past. So whenever I see this, it indicates the past. And that, to me, is just all this retrograde energy. We have Pluto and Capricorn, which is in retrograde, Saturn, and Pluto. We have Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn all in retrograde. So some of you are just very in tune with things that you need to shed, let go of, move forward with, release. Hold on just a second. Francis, no. Not now. No. You guys, not now, okay? A little later, all right? Come back in a few. Okay, sorry, that was the kids next door. We got the porcupine again, and I got that in the first one. And that's, again, it's like being defensive, it's like maybe somebody's underestimating you. Maybe you are in a defensive state and you feel like you need to protect yourself. For some of you, this could be that when I think of people underestimating you, I think that this is a time when you set it straight and you let them know who actually has the power here. So I feel like this is a very big power and control struggle for some of you. This is handmade. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? It's really hard to see. Okay, so handmade, I think of, this is a great time to work with your hands to generate something where you can manifest it into physical form, but it's a great time to create. I love you. I do. I love you guys. And if you need to hear I love you, then you're hearing it virtually. And the universe loves you, and you are loved. I know it's hard to believe that in a world like this, but you are. Okay, and it says, "Oh, never, never give up, guys." It's okay. We'll make it through this time. This is a pretty intense time. We're all feeling it. We have Scorpio-based energy. You guys are in the feels. Scorpio energy can feel Well, I think of this fear-based. I think of the Devil card, fear-based. I think of the raccoon, right? That's what I'm feeling. The dragon. I think of the power of the past. I think of the ability to, when I see a dragon, I think of the ability to believe in magic. The ability to believe in what is not real, like what is not currently real, but what you know to be as magic and real. That is something you can truly tune into in this energy. It's why I pick so many cosmic cards and magical cards, is because I do believe that there is magic in every day. Oh, whoa, after all this time. Is somebody coming back from your past, a past connection, somebody that you let go and maybe they're coming back? Interesting. I think of a flower blooming. I think of something blooming. When I see a flower, I think of letting love bloom, letting vulnerability bloom, like letting things bloom in your life that you feel like you have to protect yourself against. We have the Eight of Pentacles, right? We have the Eight of Pentacles. You guys are just working really hard at something. You want something so bad and you're working hard to get it. And it's really hard to be patient. And then we have the Queen of Wands. It's okay. I mean, just work hard and be passionate and never lose that passion. Never believe what others say. If this is a stagnant time, have faith that things are going to move forward no matter what. Virgo energy. So this is what's going on right now. We have a sun in Virgo. A full moon in Virgo is opposing energy of a moon in Pisces. It's a polarity conversation with yourself. It's a work hard, take your time, continue, make your list, check everything off, pay attention to the details. That's not fun when we are so heavily influenced by Neptunian energy, which we were here, Neptune and Pisces energy. That's not very fun, but it will get things done. And I always think of the starfish, the ability to regenerate, the ability to, starfish are like one of my most favorite thing, because to me, anytime I'm going to say you guys get an emotional wish here. Starfish live in the water, but they're still a star. And anytime a star comes up in my readings, we always get a wish. And so for some of you, what does your heart want? I don't care how unrealistic it is. I don't care, how scared you are to really, really want it. Let's just talk about what you really, really want here, and then wish for it. In a full moon, you can actually kind of shed what is blocking it so that you can attain it. Okay. We have a 17 plus a 7 plus 1. We have a 1 and a 7. So 7 plus 1 is 8. We have a 5 or 4 or 41. So that could be the 17th of September as well. We have 41 and 42. That's always a sign for me when I see numbers going in succession. So if we go from a 5 to a 6, so we go from a time where we're challenged to a time where we get a small reward, right, for moving forward with that. We have an 8, we have a 17 and an 18. So if you look at this, we have an 8 and a 9. Or we have a 7 and an 8 with the individual being accented, right? Being emphasized. We have another 8. 53 though. It could be an age 53. We can have 53 and 58. It depends on how you look at that. So I have these cute little let go cards. It's the first time I've used them or really even opened them, to be honest. I bought them and then I just laid them aside, like put them on the thing. So what I want to know is, what do you guys need to let go of? What do you guys, like, what is this full moon about? What is this culmination about for you? Like, What is being emphasized? Like, what do you need to remove from your energy so that you guys can manifest something beautiful? Okay. All right, let's take a look here. 2, 3. Let's see, which one do I feel? I just felt drawn to the sky for you. Only because it's so beautiful, and I feel like Aries energy really emphasizes beauty. Like, it's like pleasure. Okay, so here's what it says for you. We couldn't know paradise if flowers refuse to release their fragrance. Give your gifts freely. Aw, you know what I'm thinking of, guys? Oops, my bad. My bad, Annette. Okay, here we go. Look at that, guys. See how they're offering the bloom, and it says, we couldn't know paradise if flowers refused to release their fragrance. And this person's giving a flower to this person. Give your gifts freely, but also accept them, depending on which one of these you are. Oh, guys, this is such a beautiful reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'm going to be right back with pile number 3. Hi guys, this is Annette with Self-Care Sunday, and you guys have chosen pile number 3. So I want to warn you with pile number 3. I am a life path 3, and I notice that every time I do like a pile 3, I get connected on a whole new level. So every time one of you chooses pile number 3, I'm sorry, but it's a pretty deep reading. You guys have chose the Empress. And the Empress is my favorite card in the entire deck. This particular Empress, you can see that she's encased and wrapped up in like all of this. I don't know why. I have stopped and kind of ran around the house. My dog didn't start eating until I started filming. She's my favorite card because she's down to earth. She's steady. She guides you through the toughest times with really good and conservative advice. She wants you to benefit for the long haul. So think of the growth of a tree and how long it takes for the growth of a tree to fully manifest and become abundant and huge and big. It takes a long time. So she is somebody who's in it for the long haul. How many people can you say is really in it for the long haul? This is one. So let's go ahead and put her here. Okay. I'm going to put this over here so that I can keep it all straight. Sorry. So let's talk a little bit about what the Empress could represent for you. There is a Grand Earth Trine that is happening right now. It's going to be... the Grand Earth Trine is Mercury in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, which is in retrograde, and Jupiter, which is in Capricorn, which is in retrograde, which is conjunct Saturn and Pluto. All of this earth-based energy is in a polarity with the full moon that is going to be happening in Pisces, which is conjunct Neptune in Pisces. That is happening on September 1st, which is a harvest moon. A harvest moon allows you to reap the rewards of really hard work. It is something that it's not a frivolous, instantaneous reward. It's something that you've been doing for a while and you finally get to reap that reward. That's what a harvest moon is. Okay, guys, let's see what your spirit animal is. Oh my gosh, this is the one that my dog massacred. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, he stepped on. It's the elk, and we got this last week too. So the elk, which is also earth energy, think how long it takes for these antlers to grow. And it's a reflection of a lot of endurance. Antlers are a reflection of, it's of averting odds. It's of completion. It's of wisdom. It's of longevity. It's a strong, steady growth. It's it's such a beautiful energy. But I'm going to also read you the elk, because so this comes from the Animal Spirit Guidebook, The Wild Unknown, the elk. Okay, guys. It is stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many challenges. An elk's personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. So you can look at this one way. We have father and mother represented. This is Mother Earth, Father Time. Saturn in Capricorn, which is in retrograde right now, which is conjunct Pluto, conjunct Jupiter in this Earth Trine. So this could be strong family. Maybe you need to rely on family. Maybe you need to turn to family for some of you. Maybe this is you embracing both your feminine and your masculine energy. The 3 is, it could be feminine and masculine energy meeting in the middle. You can dip into either energy, and you can, when I think of what's going on right now, when I think of the Virgo Earth Trine, right? And then when I think about the full moon in Pisces, that's duplicity. That is dualistic energy. But you might be able to dive equally into both, dip your toe into both, but balance them out and use those whenever needed. That's interesting. So what's the T for you? Like, what is being emphasized for you? Career. Whenever I see career, I think of life purpose. I think of career helps you develop your sense of value and self-worth. It's also a place where you want to perfect, and you want to be recognized, and you want to be acknowledged for your accomplishments. It is somewhere where you like growth, where you feel like there can be a price tag attached to how long you've endured something, or how long or how much knowledge you have in a particular field, right? So let's see. Yoke. So this is feeling tied down or frustrated. Oh, really? Well, maybe you are getting to the point to where you've exhausted all your resources in your current field, and maybe you feel like you're not being recognized for who you are and how valuable you are. Maybe for some of you, you're feeling frustrated because you know that you are being called to do something more. Okay, this is Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. I can't, it just makes me freaking laugh. When I think about how cute turkeys are, I love turkeys, by the way. Like, I've raised turkeys and they're so adorbs. But I'm also thinking, I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling November. I'm feeling like something that is going to frustrate you in November. But I'm also feeling like somebody is misjudging you based on your appearance, or based on the appearance, or maybe based on the gossip of others, but you're being misjudged. You're being classified improperly. Because I think about how fracking ugly a turkey is, but damn, they're good. I mean, they taste good. That sounds terrible to say, but they're also adorable. Table, hard work ahead. Well, yeah, I mean, if we're talking career-based energy, if we're talking, it is a long journey ahead. I mean, you don't get this level of wisdom and knowledge by not enduring a lot of stuff, by not being steadfast and I think of like if we're in a harvest moon, how long it takes. You work a crop for a really long time to yield its crop. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Tiger. We have something. Why do I not have my glass? Oh, I do have my glasses on. Why does that look blurry? Oh, there we go. Okay, Tiger. Doing something risky, taking a chance. Ooh. I'm feeling like that's out of character for you. That's funny. I feel like it's out of character for you to do something risky. I feel like you are very steadfast, secure. You like doing things that are habitual. You like doing things that are that have a consistent result. Hold on a sec. I got to take a drink. Okay. Oh. Cloud's a temporary problem. It's okay. Temporary problems are that temporary. Hard energy is just that. It's hard energy. We don't need to get caught up in energy that it's not sustainable. Like, the bottom line is all energy passes. And the reason I do my readings is because I want you guys to understand that we can manipulate and yield and use energy to our benefit. But we are also subjected to energy. And if you're feeling like you're having an off week, it's okay, because you know what? Next week is going to be a different type of energy. So let's always keep that in mind. Whoa, heavy duty. Let me take a look at this. I'm feeling like there is an identity issue. I'm feeling like your true self is in hiding. Protective. I want to know more about that, because this is hard to feel. Why is that hard to feel? What do we have? 3. 3 and 3. This is the Empress. The Empress rules 3s. So creativity. Yellow is light. It's freshness. It's purity. It's inspiration. Yellow means it means the opposite of darkness. You know what I mean? It means showing the light through the darkness. Seeing your way out of a dark period. I also think of a 3 as, so we have one extreme, another extreme, and we're meeting in the middle. We're balancing out our energy. I'm seeing yellow here, yellow. So this full moon in Pisces, which is conjunct Neptune and Pisces, which is conjunct also Saturn and Pluto, or Jupiter, which is the ruler of Pisces as well, is conjunct Saturn and Pluto, but sextiling Neptune and Pisces. Coming out of a dark time, coming out of a time when you were working hard at something and not gaining, not feeling like you were getting a lot of reward. I feel like some of you are coming out of the darkness. You see the sun is coming out of the clouds, poking out of the clouds. You're working hard to get ahead. You're working hard to gain some results. It may be frustrating, true, and you may be being summarized in a certain way or categorized in a certain way or identified as a certain way, but that's okay, because we have a freaking ton of crap going on in our egos. So let's just work with that. That's some intense crap right there. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what your planets have to say, my love. Purple. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at the soul card. And is this soul card 1 or soul card 2? It's soul card 2. Okay. Why is she scared? I mean, why? Maybe, you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like you're doing that whole Pisces thing where you're avoiding the realization, where there is a certain level of wisdom that you've attained, and so that unlocks an area in your mind where you level up, but that's tough. That's tough because it comes with a lot of pressure to have your rainbow happen. To be authentic, to be true to yourself, to walk in a path that's a truly authentic. Interesting. Let's see what your planets have to say. I'm very interested. Ooh, this is such an intense deck, guys. This is the Tarot Dreams, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you that. I always list all the decks in my comments, by the way. Stop it. Stop it right now. What just happened? We got the 8 of coins in pile number 2. You're in the feels, my friend. I always, I'm sorry, it's like a nurturing thing I do. I shuffle when I need nurturing, when I'm feeling emotional upheaval. 5 of Cups. I hate that energy. Dissatisfaction. Mars and Scorpio. Disappointment, being let down. It created an emotional endeavor, created a fear, and you're having a hard time letting go of this emotional disappointment. We also have another 5 of Coins in reverse. So I feel like this 5 of Cups things is more of a current dissolution. The 5 of Coins is, you know, you're releasing this need to want to help everybody out and control everybody's circumstances and to be there for everybody and to help them through their world. This is more about you. I'm feeling like you're very focused on you, which there's a lot of Aries energy right now this week. This is the beginning of week, midweek, end of week. So I feel like it's a tough week. We have the 8 of Coins in reverse, not being recognized, not being valued. You're putting in a lot of work. You're not feeling a lot of a reward. You're not getting the recognition that you think you want. Like, you're living a more authentic path, but you're just not getting the reward that you want. And I feel like there's some resistance truly deeply to you opening yourself up to this time entirely. Like, there's an avoidance here. What the heck is going on? My Light Seers deck, she's always, or my Ride or Die deck, my Ride or Die bitch. Like, this is my soul. This is a soul-based deck for sure. I have the Animal Totem, and this deck I use every single day on myself. Okay. Oh, shit. What just happened? Oh, girl. Oh, what just happened? Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. It's not just girl, it's guy too, but okay, let's talk about the beginning of the week. We have a 6 and we have a 3. And I'm looking at this. Letting relationships grow. You're used to being a loner. You're used to going through things alone. There's offers out there for friendship and expanding your networks. There's offers out there for possible love interests to build attraction to you. You are hiding. You are resisting it. There's some self-worth issues here. There's some issues with the way that you view yourself. It's okay. It's temporary. It says the clouds say it's temporary. It's because you went through the 5 of Coins. You went through a super tough time being there for everybody else and never meeting your own needs. Okay. We have the Page of Swords. Two of Pentacles by midweek. The mind is going to be a place. It's going to be a place of tension for you. It's going to be a place where you're a novice in a specific part of your life right now, and you don't know it. You may think that you are like this enlightened soul, but you're a novice. You're learning how to have balance in this particular area of your life. And you're on a journey with this. And I think this has a lot to do with relationships, partnerships, bonds, and unions. We do have on September 6th, all energy this week is building toward this epic event that is happening on September 6th, where we have Venus that moves into Leo, that is in a square, these critical degrees, that is in a square with the moon in Aries, which is in 29 degrees. And then we have a square, which is Mars in Aries, which is in 28 degrees. Anytime we get in critical degrees, we are in for an internal truth. We are in for a realization. We are in for an awakening and awareness. And it is a painful growth cycle. When it's in a square, it's a place where you're resisting growth. We are also in this Mercury and Libra on that same day, which is in this quincunx with ego. So having conversations are going to be difficult. This is an internal thing. I don't feel like you're going to be outwardly expressing anything. And that may be hard for people who love you in your life to watch you do. Okay. So, oh, hold on just 1 minute. Oh, I just want to make sure my PS4. Okay. Six of Swords and Ace of Pentacles. A growth cycle. Right? And moving forward by the end of the week. You're indecisive midweek because there is this novice feeling to the energy, but by the end of the week, I feel like you are wanting to move forward. There's a sense of loss. You know, when I see ravens, crows, whatever, and the turbulent sea here, this is moving forward with resistance. This is not, oh, I'm so excited to move forward, I can't wait, I'm the fool. It's the, oh shit, gotta move forward because I gotta move forward. There's no choice, you know. It's like a full moon in Pisces is a resistance. It's the subconscious becoming conscious. And then once you're conscious of it, it's painful, but you've got to move forward with that realization. You can't. And you've got to, you've got to let this Empress make this grow for you. She wants you to grow. She wants to make that seed grow in your life. She wants to water it and help you tend to it. She wants to show you the way so that you can experience growth in this area. It's a very intense cycle. The Lovers. Wow, you have a lot of energy with other people. But you're learning, you just need to take time with yourself. If you're in a state of learning, if you're in a state of growth, it's okay. Okay, let's take a look at these guys. All right. So we have magnetism. Well, I know what magnetism is. It's like this, right? Like this, guys. I mean, that's magnetism, but let's take a look at that. That is that's the Blue Messiah reading cards. I'm just learning these. I've never used these before. So you gotta love me through it. Okay, it's magic. It says energy understood. Magic is the magnetic energy understood is what it says, sorry. The universe is woven and bound together by cosmic threads of powerful magnetic forces. The same energy that keeps the universe in a state of constant creative motion is the same energy you hold within yourself. Like a magnet, you attract into your life everything that corresponds with your thoughts and emotions. If you have drawn this card, pay attention to what you are currently attracting into your life. To understand real magic is to understand the amazing power of the magnetism. You have this great magnetic force and the power to manifest possibilities into reality. You have the power to attract or repel the experiences that stem from your thoughts through magnetic currents of energy. Now is the time, dear one, to really take the reins on what you attract and manifest into your space. You have the power to either draw in experiences that are benefic, positive, or detrimental, negative. Not all thoughts are actualized, only the strongest of thoughts. It is important you keep your mind positive, healthy, in a healthy state. Should you find your mind wandering into lower vibrational thought patterns, change your thoughts into those of unconditional love. Well, that cannot that sums me up in like a nutshell. So I used to work at a company that produced magnets, and magnets have always intrigued me, because thinking of a positive and a negative attracting and creating a strong bond, I think of this. You may right now be attracting people that are your opposite, but they're strengthening your bond because you guys are each other's yin and yang. This could be friends and this could be relationships, partnerships, bonds, and unions. If ego never gets involved in this relationship, you'll stay out of this square and you'll grow because you'll have very interesting conversations that expand your perspective and allow you to, because you respect and like them so much, it will actually allow you to grow and have a broader, bigger perspective than a narrow Aries type mindset where we're all caught up in ego and our own wants and needs. Shine. I love this card so much. Look at the shine that emanates from this being. I think of the peacock too, where you are not afraid to show off, to exude what is great about you, to shine in a very unique and authentic way, to be recognized and to not feel ashamed for being recognized. Maybe you struggle with that. Maybe you struggle with your unique shine, the shine coming off this person's back right here. Maybe you struggle with that. But you're being asked to and guided to shine in your own unique way. And that takes bravery. That takes a lot of fortitude, and that takes a lot of inner strength to do, because you do stand out and maybe you don't like to. Earth healing. We've got this beautiful Earth trine, guys. Mercury in Virgo, and a trine with Jupiter in Capricorn, conjunct Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, all in retrograde. And then we have Uranus and Taurus, which is in retrograde. You're meant to shine on this earth. You're meant to be significant. You have something special to give. You were given something by spirit. This is something internal. This is your authentic purpose. You were given that, and you were always meant to shine. This is not about conforming. It's about being unique and different. Okay. That's so beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at this, guys. Celebrate life. This is Conscious Spirit. I'm going to show you this deck. I think it's really old. When is the date on this deck? 2013. Really? It feels older than that. It just feels like a really old style of cards compared to what I'm used to. So celebrate life. I celebrate every day by honoring and respecting all life on Mother Earth. I would give an offering to Mother Earth. She'll guide you. She'll take care of you. She'll nurture you. She'll love you in a way that you've never been loved before. And she's steady. You can have faith in her. And in turn, she will actually make you very plentiful and bountiful. And she will actually encourage growth in the physical realm, right? She'll make the seed grow for you guys. And this sounds very woo. But I'm telling you, because of Pisces energy, you got to be at this level, because this world ain't playing right now. Oh, honey. I know, right? I know. The world feels like this. We feel lost in it. We want to hide. We feel naked and vulnerable. We just feel out of place. It doesn't feel like the world that we understood. If we feel powerless, look at her. A blessing to find your way. You will find your way. She'll help you. Look, you've got to believe in something bigger than you. You've got to believe that this world is not about denying you pleasure and happiness in the material realm. It's about guiding you toward it. This is about you connecting to the Earth Trine, the Grand Earth Trine that's going to be going on until the 11th. Get grounded. Simplify your wants and needs. Detach from the rhetoric, from the swords type energy, detach from that and get grounded and go and find your way. Hike. Every time I go hiking, it simplifies me and I'm like, okay, this is really what life's about, not the crap that I am subjected to in my life. The Empress is a good omen for me. When she shows up, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay through the week. Honey bun. Whew. Protest, start a revolution. Maybe you're a leader. Maybe you are meant to shine and create purposeful living for other people. Maybe you are meant to guide other people. Maybe you don't feel strong enough for that. Maybe you don't feel like you're that person, but you are. Maybe you are meant to join others and become part of something bigger than just you. You know, maybe you're meant to become part of a movement that makes a change and makes a difference in the world. Wow, freaking gorgeous energy, dude. Grounding. Oh my God, what the hell? You guys are so wrapped up in this freaking earth energy. It's not even funny. Like earth healing. I can't. There's too many cards because it's all like your mojo. Like, look at that. Tell me that you don't understand that you're not connected to the Earth Trine right now. She's grounding. Oh, this such cool energy. Such absolutely cool energy. You guys need to go into nature. Get out of the house. Simplify your existence. Shed things that, I feel is like not important to you anymore. Shed stories. Okay. Blessings. Blessings emotional. I'm feeling like you're getting some emotional blessings this week. Water is emotion. And look at all the people you have in your reading. Maybe you have a good network of people finally who are going to show you that life it's really benefic. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. Okay. I'll turn my head away. My dog is like wagging his tail. I love you so much, Francis. I'm sorry. I know it's getting old. Like, this is a long reading. Look at you. Sweet, innocent, new. A new energy, a new birth, a new way. I think of this. You're this. Okay? You know, there's the innocence of the deer. There's the naivety. There's the purity of a baby deer. There's the gracefulness. It's so sweet to see them walk around for the first time, to get up and walk for the very first time, and their cute little long legs and their skinny little bodies. Like, they're so sweet. That's very earth-based, by the way. Oh. Look at this heart vined together. It's an intertwined. I think of this card. See how intertwined? Like, she's got his hair and her hair is like over him. Like, they're very intertwined. Their energy is very, it's very beautiful energy. This could be you doing what you love too, manifesting what you love. Oh, you hurt my heart right there. You're okay. It's okay. I hate feeling that card, by the way. It says movement. It's progression. It's change. It's enjoyment, because there's hearts. Maybe some of you just need to go out there and get active and be outside, and just to remember what it's like to not be confined and quarantined and all the crap that goes on with this negative energy that's in the world right now. The acorn, it's a very important energy. Acorns produce growth. Growth that stands the test of time. I think of the antlers and I think of this acorn. It grows into the mightiest, strongest of woods, okay? So you are in a growth cycle, in a growth spurt. I think of this, where you are building something that will stand the test of time. Being inspired, thinking something is beautiful, something is worth living for, thinking that something is, it's communal, I feel too. It's a symbol of why the material realm is so incredibly beautiful to live in. The Eiffel Tower is just so gorgeous. Maybe some of you need some good music. Maybe music will inspire you to like, and I think of how everything is like around this Pisces sign. I don't know if you can see that, but everything is right around this Pisces sign, and the new moon is in Pisces. I see that as a symbol too. For some of you, this is a lucky time. You may not feel like it, but it is a very lucky. You got 2 good luck charms. Look at that. 2 good luck symbols. You are in a time that you are going to reap a reward, because luck is on your side. Beautiful Jupiter is blessing you. So let's take a look. Jupiter, which is in this Earth Trine, can expand and help grow things that you've never been able to have power over. We have the 5 of Cups. Maybe some of you really struggle with heart-based endeavors. We had the 5, it's the 5 of Pentacles. We had the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. So 5s are rough. They're rough to feel. It's disappointment. It's disillusionment. It's you can't give enough to somebody if you're in the 5 of Pentacles energy. You are in need yourself. How can you give to somebody else? And in this one, it's like you don't even know what you want. I mean, you don't even know what to take. You don't even know what choice to make, because you're so emotionally overwhelmed. Whew! You guys are killing me, Smalls. Whoa, you have some energy. Okay, I'll put that there. Oh, I think of the 6. See, 4 plus 2 is 6, and then we have the 6 there, but I'm sure they don't mean it that way, but it's the way I just saw it. Okay. I'm actually not, I have a lot of nausea with these particular readings. They're so intense to feel. I'm so sorry. It's like one of those things that you, like, if you're really good at oh, great. Okay, I feel great. I want to feel great. I want to feel better. I want to feel happy. That's what I felt. Ooh, we have an anything goes one. Okay. Can we see? Okay. Not sure what you can and cannot see. Ooh, I see DIY. Some of you are very handy. That would be very earth-based. Some of you are very good with your hands. Some of you just, you're going to feel victorious if you start doing things yourself. Ooh, we have two anything goes tiles. Oh, do I see this for realsies? I do. A bride. What the heck? Right? Right? Some of you could be same sex. Some of it could be an opposite sex bride. Or it could be like you find somebody that could be somebody you marry. Oh, shut up. I'm just going to say this. Don't be mad at me. I can't help it, but it does say Biden. Does it say Trump too? Let's just see. This is just for fun. Like, just don't be drama about it. We can do this. And we could do Trump. So there's Biden versus, oh. Do we not have an M? Okay, Biden versus Trump. So watch, we could do we have an S? But we could just do this. Biden versus Trump. Oh, some of you are very like political. You're very caught up in the electoral race. Some of you have picked a side. You definitely have a side. Ooh, I got one. Pride. I'm definitely feeling same-sex couple vibes here. For some of you, I'm definitely feeling like a friend might become somebody that you are very attracted to. And it might be the same sex, just saying. Or some of you just may have a lot of pride in yourself and pride in your outcome, and you are very proud of your achievements. And even though you know you're in a dark time, you're really trying hard to make your way through it. Bud, I think a Budweiser. I don't know. Too much TV in my youth. True. Am I saying true? What's a lie versus truth? So I was thinking of the political thing because we had Biden versus Trump. So we're trying to figure out what the truth is in this scenario. Do we have this? We have a y'all spot. We have vibe. Tune into your vibe. Be mindful of your vibe. Your vibe is within your control. Grab. I see grab too. Just not gonna lie. Grab. Do I see? I see vibe. We can tune into positive or negative. We can own our vibe. We can be conscious of where our energy goes. It's up to you. But I also see tribe. And the reason why I see tribe is I see this too. Tribe, your friend group, people who you identify, your inner circle. There's a lot of stuff. I get so much that comes, like, I get so in tune with, these are my anything go card. Am I done? Finally, fuck. Pin. When I think of pinning, I think of sticking a pin in it, and it's like a point where you remember. It's a pivotal point. It's a pin, like when I think of a pin, it's like I'm documenting that time in my life. Like I'm pinning that point in my life as a time of like I'm progressing past that point. Oh, I also have this. I don't know if some of you vape. but I see that. Beep, beep. Sorry, you have to just put up with me sometimes. 10. Teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Oh my gosh, do I see it? I'm not sure if I'm spelling this right, but druid. It's like a belief system. But there's druid. It's kind of cool, right? Oh, fuck. Why does this gotta be in this reading true? Because I had it in pile number 2 is grave. So maybe some of you are mourning the loss of a very good friend, somebody you once loved, somebody who is in your inner circle, somebody you can't let go of. Maybe somebody passed away that's very important to you. I'm sorry if that happened. I feel like that's, I mean, I can go on for hours. Like, do we really want that? Oh, shoot, this is my words. Okay, guys, it's gonna be a long reading, but oh my god, we're at the end of our lunar year. I mean, like, it's not gonna be a long reading. Like, what? Okay, my friends, 881, or 8 plus 1 is 9. It's cumulative. It's an ending. Pisces, hello, welcome. Okay, we have another 8. We have a 7 or 43. It could be 53. It could also be 81 as well. We have 33. Anytime I get double numbers, those are master numbers, and I think of 3 and 3, but I also think of 3, but I think 3 plus 3 is 6, reduces down to 3, so it's still 3. And then we have a 3 here. We have 20, or it could be a 2, but an us, a we, right? A we, more than one, but we could also, this is a 3, we can also be 3 more than one, a group of people. We have 6 and 7. God, we have another 88. We have 8 and 8, which is 11, which reduces, you know, like, we could have 8 and 8 is 16, but then you can just reduce that down to 8. So kind of 8's a big number for you, but we have 76. Okay, guys, this is your reading. I hope you have a wonderful week. Guys, understand that energy is something you can tune into. So if you want to tune into negative, you're going to go on an ego-based ride. If you want to tune in something positive, you're going to get grounded, you're going to get realistic, and you're going to start to focus on things that will generate stuff that will last the test of time, that you will have emotional stability, you will have things that flourish emotionally over time. It's not going to be these things that come and go. So final thing, because when we hit a full moon in September, we've got to let go of something. It's a release. Karmically, it's a release of something. So let's take a look here. Okay. So this is these cute little let go cards that I have, that I bought. Let's see if is that like not working. There we go. Okay. I'm going to divide these into 3 piles, and then I just go with what I love and feel. Wow. I like the one with the water because it's definitely Piscean. You know, she's got her feet in the water, taking a look at, you know, like she's got her, maybe she's putting her feet into like an emotional bond or connection. Dang it. Stop. Okay. It says, a river of love flows through you when you let go. Aw. You know, you got to let go for something to come to you. You've got to be vulnerable. You've got to release yourself. Don't be protective. I got to go like this to make it, did it tune into me down here? Okay. You know, you've got to stop being protective. Let everything flow to you. Don't worry about it. And blessings happen when you let things come to you. emotional blessings. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful week. Happy Labor's Day. And thank you for watching. Much love to all of you. And just go out there and be the change you want to see in the world. Love you much. Bye-bye.